All right, we're here live at Bill McNeese Gymnasium for some high school unified bocce. Shenango against Freedom in an exhibition match. And I'm James Pontenenza, glad to bring you here coverage of the unified competition here today. An exhibition match before the official season gets going here in the month of January. And Tim, our bocce expert, is going to give us the full rundown here. But right now we're in the second leg. Freedom took 2 points on the first leg here today of the match, and Shenango is going to have their first attempt here rolling the green balls. Tim, Shenango here actually the defending regional champion from a year ago in the year or their first year last year of Unified Bocce. Freedom in their first year here this year.
Oh, great to hear. And it's a great, it's a real, it can be very competitive, but more importantly, it's a great social game where you can interact with your teammates and others. And right now you're seeing the the ball to the Paulina and the close of the mark or the closest point at the moment.
And whoever is close team will have the next throw. Bocce is just, the fun knowing who is to throw next is
Right.
a lot of fun to work. So coming up here, uh,
So green was a little closer. They have the point at the moment, so the red will throw. And in bocce, everything, and that will now be the point. It's the red, so green will have the next throw. So you can get as many any round.
Shenango will try to roll and get inside of that red mark.
Now, this being indoors, the balls are not hard as you might have experience work if you play outdoors.
That was Brandon Struck, a first year senior, Brandon Stuck, and now CJ Miller will try to get the next points. That's the fun thing too with this unified is that you have both the athletes that have intellectual disabilities and the partners, and they're all treated as equal. That's the idea of the unified bocce. A really fun.
It is. It's a great way to, like I said, allow competition and look at this. That's a nice roll. It's just going to, unfortunately,
Yeah, Michael Keitlinger, second year senior,
yeah,
playing. He doesn't ball right at.
yeah. Well, that's one thing about bocce you can do. You can bounce it off of the different balls that are out there and potentially change the format of what is transpired, and you can get in. Now, this is a second point here for the red.
Oh, great throw there.
Wow, of the Paulina, and just phenomenal.
That was Sarah Mengel, one of the co-captains of this Freedom team. And now coming up will be Brenna McIlvain. Another
Yeah. Close up brights, and it's gonna be perfect. It'll be 3 points here for the red.
hitting that green ball, though, may have pushed Shenango in. It's definitely going to be two. I think they're going to bring in another measurement here,
Yeah,
Tim.
I think you're right. They're gonna look at a measurement between these two far distance reds. We from our angle probably say it's a guaranteed two.
So an impressive start. Freedom again in their first year with the program.
And they're gonna mark all three of them to make sure. Okay.
Yeah, Reds definitely got the first two.
So
We'll wait for the official call. And looks like they're going
it
to
looks like
say just one here.
just one. Wow. So that a little closer than I thought it was from our angle.
And now a timeout called. And here's one of the other real cool things about the unified bocce here, Tim. Those who are watching for the first time, the coaches really don't do a lot during the course of the game. You're allowed one timeout during a half. Now, talking to the coaches before the game, being that this is an exhibition, they will likely give a second timeout permissible during each of these 30-minute periods. These are games to 16 or tournament. It's a best of three scenario, but a timeout being taken here. Talk to your team. Beyond that, it's all the kids doing all the coaching with each other.
Yeah, which is what is. I mean, you have a coach, but most teams will just their own decisions of how and how they want to use either the to go after the opponent, and uh, you know, it's part of the strategy. Or you want to throw it, and if you want to go short, just past the middle cone, because it has to get past the middle cone, and or if you want to go long and you just don't want to be up against.
So it's going to be Gabe Davis, one of the co-captains for Freedom, who will get the again the in between those two orange cones, and that's a nice roll to begin.
It will be interesting now to see if they use the rail to the right of the pill there, and see if it will maybe give them a better chance to land it close. And it looks like that is going to be just a little shy here.
Could be a nice little block across the middle line and good opening target at least to work with for Freedom. So now it'll be Shenango to Teitlinger. It looks like he had your idea trying to go right at that
Yeah,
right side, but maybe just not quite enough.
yeah.
And so difficult to
It, with being on a wood gymnasium floor, it's difficult to gauge the speed of how hard you want to throw it because you don't want to go past it. You'd rather be in front of it. And here's probably a perfect one here. That's going to get right against the railing here, I think.
that gets
Just
some
shy,
applause.
about 3 feet away from the pill. So that's perfect.
So this throw coming up from Tommy Somerville, and it kind of took a hard bounce right off the bat. Again, softer ball, so not quite to mid line, but it'd be a blockade.
And that's part of this strategy in this game. Sometimes you want to put obstacles in the way of opponents when they have to throw to make it a harder shot to make. Here's the one. He
Wyatt Boyer takes a little bounce off of.
might be just a little shy of getting closer to that green one, but it was a good effort.
So you hear the call. Green is still in, so red will now shoot again. And this is the final ball that they have for Brennan McElvain.
Here's one. She's going to go for the rail, looks like. Oh, she
Just
went
missed it.
for the botch and just missed it. Trying to knock. And that's one of the strategies here that you'll see throughout this match.
So Shenango's looking to get their first points. Jordan DeSalvo going to try to get a couple of extra points if they can get inside of the closest red ball. This one's going to come up, looks just short.
Still wonder if one of them might just try to come up the railing here and just try to get it perfect to the pill here. I mean,
That's
you might see it
exactly.
here.
Robert Turpolowski's going to try it.
And
Kind of spun on him, and he runs
yeah,
into his own ball. But still a point, and Shenango on the board.
I like
Three
the
to one.
strategy on that one.
3-1 now the score, though. Freedom in the lead. Teams will switch ends. Here at the home of the Wildcats, we're going to talk with a couple of the two of the assistants. Been very instrumental in getting us set up here for our broadcast today. We thank them big time. April English, the head coach for the Freedom side, Mr. Janicone also helping out with the Wildcats.
And to the other side. And then because of a 6-member team, you'll need 4 on each side to throw.
You could have up to 8 as part of this unified team. Should be even pairing of athletes and partners. And again, really cool, Tim, that they did the announcement of the having fun, enjoying it, And a good start here in this fourth leg of the opening set for Shenango. Stefan Pagani, nice roll there.
Nicely done there. Just guiding it into the perimeter of the green ball. And this one here is going to go to the railing and might just sneak in here. On the angle, the green ball may have it.
And it does. Won't even ask for a measurement. This is going to be Sarah Mengel to take this attempt. Oh, they have this
Wow,
speed down. Look at
yes.
these shots. It's
Wow.
going to be right
Yeah.
there.
No, the effort was perfect. I mean, the thought process behind it, you got to really like. Let's see if someone uses the rail and maybe try to hit the green one a little bit.
Tommy Somerville. Tommy's going right at it as well.
Right,
Look
right
at
at the,
this.
gonna knock his own the point, I think. That's gonna be really close. I think the red may have the point here. Well, that might be a measurement.
If they will measure, good roll there from Tommy Somerville. Freedom will be playing in 5 official matches.
And inside ball to the
Bounce a teammate in. Now it'll be up to Jordan DeSalvo to try to get the throw back for Shenango.
he's gonna go right at it with a nice bump, and that's gonna get back.
Nope, not
Be Red's throw. He's gonna call it.
Gabe Davis. The last attempt for Freedom. Another nice one.
Wow,
Look at this,
that is
Tim.
perfect. Oh, that's the hardest part is judging the speed. Sometimes it just picks up speed when it hits the floor, and it just rolled. It was really, really a nice shot. So the Wildcats will try to get their final shot in, and this one looks like it may be just a little short. So it scores now 3-2, and they'll and the coaches will take a chance to huddle with their team and what some opportunities they'll face in this next round here, James.
Yeah, and calls unofficial Pontius Insurance timeout. We can give a quick thanks to all of our sponsors here with the Lawrence County SportsNet, and thanks again to the Shenango High School and Freedom High School bocce teams for allowing us to come in and showcase this here today. And a chance, yeah, to talk through and having a good time and saying, hey, look at that great thrill. Just enjoy yourself out there.
Right.
And this is part of the Unified Sports series in the state of Pennsylvania. Bocce, one of the big ones. There's also Unified Soccer, a couple other sports that are well, track and field being a big one across the state. And a lot of fun to follow.
Such a great sport of the play, and it's like um, just communication between players and coaches and opportunity here. And let's see how the Wildcats do. They're going to get this one. I believe this one. Well, it keeps rolling, but looks like it'll be just inside the two cones, so it'll be perfect. Some of the hardest thing to do is to replicate what you just did when you threw the Pauline, and that's a nice throw. It'll be within about four. The Freedoms now. Their first opportunity on this round. Oh, what a nice roll. Right at it. Wow. Within a foot. So the Wildcats will try to beat that, and they'll continue to roll. Look at this one. It's right at and the target there to be within that perimeter of that red one. So maybe they there, James, and see if they can replicate it and just get a little bit more on it.
Yeah, Michael Keitlinger, a great throw there. CJ Miller's, like you said, going to try to split his teammates. He's going to go right at Paulina.
Wow, that's a nice throw too. It's going to be that mark of the red. Harder for the red if they, when it's their turn to throw after this one, to get this round.
Chloe Andrews' last chance at it. And again, a bit of a blockade. Didn't quite get the she wanted, but that's fine.
So Freedom will have an opportunity here with 3 throws here to go to get all 3 points in here, but it's going to be tight to get beat that closest green. And this one here is going to go a little too far.
Actually
Actually,
bumped it, didn't
just nicked it on the inside. Still Red's point.
yeah, Brenna McIlvain went right for it, didn't she? Steph,
Now this one's going to have an opportunity here.
nice throw, Stephen.
Yeah. One between that might be just outside. It's going to be close. That might be a measurement between those that the farthest green or the closest green and that red one.
Sarah Mengel will be the last to throw here. Fifth leg of the opening game.
And this one's going to go against the railing and kind of lose some speed.
So point here. They will bring out the measurement and see if it's 1 point or two. Want to give another shout out real quick while they get that score out to Freedom. How about this? First match ever for Freedom Unified Bocce. They had a police and fire truck escort outside of the township. I want to give a shout out to the Conway and New Swickley Police Departments and the Freedom Fire Department for giving the send off. And not only to give the shout outs and to help send the team off in style for their first ever match here today.
That's fantastic. And that's I'm sure that up and it was I'm sure they had an exciting ride for this match and to see a community give the support is it's
It makes it four. And going first will be Tommy Somerville. And waits for the thumbs up, gets the thumbs up.
that's what seems to be picking up speed. It may go too far here. Yeah.
So a little too far. So they try it
Second
again.
try. This time he takes a little off throw and it'll be just inside the cones, which will be good.
Hey,
Right. His second throw. This is the toughest thing. Sometimes to repeat your throw. And that one here,
the heavier ball.
yeah, exactly. And that one's going to roll a little far deep. But right now, that is the point.
Tommy's thinking, why couldn't I have had my first one? That was perfect.
Exactly.
So now Michael Keitlinger, one of the two seniors with the Shenango squad, and nice roll. Will be just shy of center line, but will be
Mm,
the Gabe Davis will now take.
there you go. Get a little different angle. Give yourself a nice look at it. And that's going to be just knock it. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
and it gives
Little green one knocked it a little closer to the pill, but the effort was there. I like him taking that different angle, trying to get around it.
and tell you what he did too. He said, "All right, that's fine. Didn't go my way."
No,
That's Wyatt Boyer. He's gonna try to take a page out of the book.
Pauline with him.
Yes,
Look
he
at
is.
that. Beautiful. That's the
Now, both the Freedom and Shenango groups. C.J. Miller.
now this one's going to come right up. Oh, look at that.
Took a rough turn
Yeah,
there.
it looked like right direction on him.
We're also against the time limit. 7 minutes remaining in our opening set of the match. Different angle taken this way by Jordan DeSalvo, and again, not running in for your own ball. But still gets that. It's still a 1 point edge for Freedom on this run.
That's part of the game too, is to play a little defense to try your opponent's ball or yours. I should say your. Even if you don't get the point, to make it tougher for them to get multiple. Wow.
A good angle taken here by Robert Terpolowski. Will it get there? And they do. They keep on rolling, Tim.
And
Looks like they'll come up just short.
it's the toughest floor. Determine the speed that you want to roll these bocce balls at.
So a chance for Freedom to get a second point.
She goes right at it.
Brenna McIlvain does. Man, she's like a sniper going by, but Freedom will get another point.
Yep.
Back to
So that's new freedom.
glad you can join us here for Unified Bocce on the Lawrence County SportsNet. Want to give a shout out here to the Shenango team real quick. Again, they won their regionals back at Slippery Rock University a year ago, an undefeated regular season. They'll start their regular season this year, as will all the teams in January, with the hope of making it to the postseason. There will be like a county championship chance to advance to regionals and eventually all the way to Hershey if uh, if the season goes well enough for you.
That'd be wonderful to see. I'm sure everyone loves that fun.
In Western PA and just in Lawrence County.
Yeah,
Shenango, one of the few teams had last year. Union's got a team. Mohawk has a team. Newcastle had a team last year. You're just getting more and more growth in the area. And again, Freedom from our friends from Beaver County making their way up in their first year.
and they'll set the point there.
Yeah, Stefan Pagan will set that first point. Jordan DeSalvo will try to respond.
Drew it a little out there, and it looks like she had that perfect speed on it. It looks like it's going to slow down,
Yeah,
and
pretty
it,
good weight there.
yeah, well, it's going to greens in. Like I said, this is the toughest thing on this wood floor is to figure out how to determine the speed to let go of the bocce ball,
Brings Sarah Mangle.
and that is going to be a close one. That may be red. They may have to measure this one. They're going to ask for a little assistance. That's the way
Yeah,
to do it.
Mr. Janicone has to make his way back up yet again, much to the chagrin of
Mm,
Coach Jeff Allais.
the measure from inside each ball, from the big bocce ball to the pill. Where it is it?
Not under 5 minutes to go, too. This is a big leg.
I gotta
Big
get one
leg
of
up.
those paddles.
Yes.
Those are fantastic.
Nice roll.
Just kind of wave it and let it know which color it is.
That
Is
was
it
Captain.
traditional green or red?
That was Captain Chloe Andrews with that last throw. Brandon stuck. Now to take his. It also looks like it's going to stay just short of
Sure.
the So one last,
So Freedom's gonna. Oh no, one
one
more.
more. Yep.
Yep.
And
So
Robert
this is a
Kepralowski will take it.
big opportunity here when you're last to try to steal the point back. And that may just do it. Look at this.
Great angle taken on that one from
Yeah.
Kepralowski.
Oh yeah. That one.
That gets applause from everybody here. Last row, Shenango able to get inside the ball.
Such an important thing when you throw fourth.
Tommy Somerville will look to respond for Freedom, and another good shot. Look at this. Nope. Just went outside of it.
That's
Nice effort, though, from Tommy
yes.
Somerville.
And that is part of the strategy here. You could try the green point out of the way and then possibly get multiple points here for the red, or just try to beat it here. Down to one knee here on this roll.
Gabe Davis trying to split right through and have one now 5-3.
Down to 2 minutes here, less than 2 minutes in the round.
So Freedom 5, Shenango 3. This got the graphics up now too. It looks like with the minute dark through to the test here real quick. Dom Summers, Joe Morozak, and because we have a Pontius Insurance timeout. Give a shout out again to our friends at Pontius Insurance and give a shout out to all fantastic sponsors here at the Lawrence County Sports. We're
We may have, let's see, it looks like they're going to
you know what? That end
end
of
of I was going to say, of the
segment
time
one.
period. Yeah.
So for 3 score. We're going to step aside for a moment. Be back on the Lawrence County. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
And back here, ready for set number 2 of our exhibition unified bocce match here today. Freedom, their first match ever, takes set number 1 by a 5-3 scoreline. Tim Continenza here alongside our resident bocce expert. How much of an expert? Well, he's built one in his own backyard.
That's true. Many years ago. And this
And
looks
such
like
a big difference of rolling on a gravel surface outdoors versus rolling in this wooden
yeah,
surface
you
inside.
really have to. It's really a touch game here because and look at this one. This is actually going to be pretty nice. As it came up a little short of mid-court there, but it's so difficult because you got a ball that bounces, and you know, you got a soft landing on this. So to roll it, it's going to pick up speed, and you want to kind of deaden it. And here he's using the rail perfectly. Look at this, riding the rail right up.
Roll from Wyatt Boyer for sure on that one.
And that is how you use the rail to your advantage.
Brandon Stuck will take the next opportunity. He's going to
Yeah,
try that same strategy, Tim.
exactly. Looks like he may even come right at, well, right at the pill, and he's going to be, I believe,
What a roll.
it's greens, reds roll. But look at those two balls; they're so close. Taking the opposite angle, going right at. Look at this roll here, James.
Brennan
I mean,
McIlvaine.
wow.
And
Yes.
still Shenango with the point.
Yeah.
This is Stefan Pagani. And he's going to come right at it as well.
Yeah. This is going to be a tough scenario here. Let's see if she's going to go from the angle, or is she going to use the rail? She's going to use the angle
Mengel
and,
with that angle.
and bounce it off the. Oh,
Ran into her own ball.
yeah.
Knocks a little further away. Not no matter what. So Shenango with 2 balls left, him a chance to.
What's going to make it difficult is you get all those red ones around it, so it becomes kind of a hard throw. It may really get the angle to get the point. And in each ball that gets onto the court here, it's going to make it that much more difficult to find the space to get it in.
CJ Miller doesn't need much space on the football. Find hit on his, and Michael Keitlinger will take the last attempt for Shenango. He's going to find the hole as well. Get going, get going. Look at this, Tim.
I know.
Just short, but it'll still be a point for Shenango to begin
One
their
green
second
here
leg.
to start the second frame here. Now, after you win the a point, you get to keep the control of the Pauline, and that's really key because that first throw can really set up a round. Because if you get the point close enough, you're forcing your opponent to continue to throw to beat that. That really becomes an important part of the strategy here. Is that first throw when you have the pill is to try to make it as close as possible and force your opponent to use multiple throws at it before they regain the mark.
And Jordan DeSalvo is going to set mark here, and Shenango, again, their second year in the program. They got to host a playoff game last year. Guess what? Freedom is going to get to host one of the playoff games
They'll
here
move
this.
that rail for there's room for the ball on each side to be the target.
And so after,
And she's going to use it. Oh, right at it. Look at this. Might hit it. Perfect.
and I've done that.
Well, you really can't.
Great start for Shenango and Jordan DeSalvo, and now
Yeah,
Freedom will look to respond with Gabe Davis.
yeah, this is the challenge when you get a great mark to start a round. He's going to use the rail on the left side here.
I think
And that's might wow, great effort. That might just do it too. I think it did.
I'd say when he hit it, I didn't think it was gonna. Man, it bounced perfectly. He looked like he practiced that shot all the time.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want to do. Now, the part here, do you try to beat that mark, or do you maybe go for the botch and try to knock the red one out of the way? Not throw it too hard, but you just want to move it.
Terpolowski is gonna
Looks like
have
he's
some
going to go for the
options.
and try to move it. And oh,
Didn't miss by much. Didn't miss by much.
there's two ways to do it. You could try to take the Paulina with you, or you could try to move the red one out of the way, and we'll see what they choose to do here.
CJ Miller, 2 attempts still left for Shenango. Got a 6-man
He
team
might
today.
go right around it here on the railing. Boy, it just hard. What a great effort, though.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think there was any room on that far side of the red ball to even get there.
Measures it up here. Here we go. He's
Michael,
going for the botch.
he's going to get a bounce. Does it come off enough?
Oh,
Just missed. Great effort.
just you were the advantage and knocked the red one, but couldn't do it. Now it can be really difficult to get a 2-pointer here or multiple points because of the position of that one green ball.
Oh my, look at that. Oh man.
Right between the Pauline and the green ball there, the second point.
I think if you hit that green ball, you may have 2 or even 3 points coming.
That's the key here. If you can create some room here, you may be able to get, well, I like to call it stealing some extra points. And he's going for it.
The issue ball.
And this is going to be close. I think but it's going to be close between that one against the rail and the Pauline.
Either way, Freedom's the only
one to
team
go.
left.
But it is going to be interesting to see how.
And Tim, I was just about to say too, the one thing you got to be careful of is not to knock your own ball out of the way. And
Yeah. And that happens so often in this game. And that might just knock the green one out of the way. Wow, what a
right there. They take the lead here in the second set, 2-1.
yeah. That is a perfect way to pick up that extra point. So Freedom off the hot start here for their first match.
Absolutely. And Tim, we're going to get a little coming up. Freedom, and actually the Freedom assistant principal as well, Mr. Steve Mott, who was very instrumental in setting up our broadcast here today and agreed to come up and talk with us for a couple of minutes here about the free. Says, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. So thanks for joining the Unified Bocce League. This is awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for coming out. What a great day today is. I know our kids are really enjoying it, and getting this program together has been just an absolute pleasure.
Talk about the send off you got.
Well, Course Officer Tom Liberty is a New Swickley Township police officer, and he made all the arrangements for us, and he got it set up so we had a police and fire department escort off the campus, and it was so cool, and the kids were so excited. Really wonderful to get sent off like this for a scrimmage.
Hey, but the broke.
First ever bocce match for Freedom.
What it took to get this all set up here at Freedom.
Well, a lot of April English, our head coach, she is our life skills teacher, and all of the credit needs to go to her. All of her hard work and reaching out to the Special Olympics and Unified Sports to get this going, and working with our students. She's just done an absolute wonderful job.
And learn.
Perspective, this is my first time being around bocce, so I don't, prior to a month ago, I didn't know much about the game of bocce, so students.
It's really has a lot of strategy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It sounds so simple, just be closest to the Pauline, but in the same a lot of strategy and, of using the ball per se, and strategy of at times, and trying to prevent points.
Yeah, and we go. Our game plan is just get the ball closest. That's the
Sometimes you can.
yeah.
Steve, I want to give you a chance. Some of the the others maybe behind the scenes that help have this, and about your kids as well, and then everything that they've done with this.
Absolutely. It's we have a great bunch of kids out here.
Look at him.
Great throw by Shenango. Yeah, Our kids, we practice twice a week. We practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we started after our Thanksgiving break. Um, and they've been wonderful to work with, and they're really excited about the program. And I've seen a lot of great teamwork. A lot of teamwork between the students, and we have our students, our Gabe Davis, as well as Sarah Mangle. They were just named today. Just stepping up and just being great leaders, and I really enjoy seeing that. But as far as work, I got to thank our school board for approving this program. I need to thank our superintendent Diane Workman, and our special ed director, Joe Testa, for being so supportive and allowing us to do this and provide this opportunity for our kids. It's just been great, and seeing our kids' faces, seeing them how excited when we called a timeout and, winning the first match. It was,
Right.
it was just wonderful. I look for a great season.
Talk about this, you and your first match. What is it that you wanted to learn most about with this game against Shenango?
Well, Shenango had a great season last year, and unfortunately, their season because they went undefeated. They beat Seneca Valley, and they were supposed to move on to her. So coming in here and working with my buddy Jeff Valet, the head coach of the other team, I kind of just wanted to see how together. And what my big takeaway was just give our kids the opportunity to come in here and see how it all comes, how it's together. And so whenever we travel to, I believe it's Beaver on the 12th of January, they know what to expect, and it's not the first time being
Right.
in here and being in front of fans.
And you're going to host a playoff match. But when
Match is the following week, and it's the following Wednesday.
tonight?
All of our matches are on Wednesdays, and that'll be against Blackhawk.
Well, very fun. Really appreciate you joining us, and thanks for allowing us to come out here and do this.
Thank you so much for coming to the sport. Thank you.
No,
LA, I'm gonna go down and get him.
yes, absolutely.
Strong arm him a little bit.
We'll make sure we get that.
Yeah,
That's and Tim, the coach mid-game, and again, it just shows you though the camaraderie between programs, and the cheering on of your opposition throughout the
Yes.
course of this is so much fun.
That's the social aspect of this game. So you ever play it anywhere, when your opponent makes a great play, you give them a high five, you give them a fist, a fist bump type thing. You're really excited for it because it's such a fun thing to do, and like I said, it's such a great social event. And look at this, that's a great effort.
CJ Miller's going to get close, but it looks like Freedom will stay in. Tied at 2 as we approach the midway point of this second leg. Again, Freedom won the first leg. Thanks again to Freedom assistant coach Steve Mott, head coach April English, all they've done in getting that Freedom program
Going
up
right
and
at
running.
it here. I think she may actually right on the pill there.
Great shot from Chloe Andrews. She does.
That is going to be green just by a little bit there, but perfect.
That was the last shot too for Shenango, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's so important to have that fourth shot, to stay within the game and give your team a chance.
Stefan Pagani passed one.
Look
It's
at
going to stay
this.
inside
This
the other
might,
one. Just drifted wide.
wow. Yes, that's close.
Green is still
Still
in, but a great look. And again, you see the coaching of your group of 4, and that's really it. You're not getting any
Yeah.
talk from the sideline. Again, that's a
No,
big part of this unified bocce.
it's all about the players. You give them the ideas ahead of time, but you don't tell them what to do.
Sarah Mangle went for it, and she just missed it. This will be a
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to say, what a big throw there for the fourth thrower there for Shenango, be able to steal that point away, and that's what kind of batting cleanup does for a team. That's why the is so important in this game because you're either playing defense trying to keep them away from multiple points, or you're taking one away from them where they thought they may have more than 1 point opportunities.
And so Freedom's going to use a timeout here, or it may have been Shenango. Again, extra timeouts given here during this exhibition match as they get everything underway. And we'll have a chance now to talk with one of the Shenango coaches, and Jeff Allais, uh, special education teacher here at Shenango High School, and also very instrumental in making this happen today as we're in the second set of this exhibition match. And now we get to talk to Mr. Jeffrey. Make sure we. All right, you hearing us, Jeff?
Guys,
Well,
okay.
it's going. Thanks for
Anytime.
uh, talk to us a little bit about the team to start this year and after a season.
Well, it's not the start we wanted so far, but it's the good thing is it's just a scrimmage. Uh, this is our second year. Last year we really did well. They went undefeated. Went to Slippery Rock. We didn't have states last year, but I think we could have done really well if we had states last year.
But from your preparation for these opening matches.
Um, you know, it's gut wrenching every time. Because as coach we can't say anything. We try to teach them strategy, not to hit another ball into the Polina. But they get up there and they do what they want. So it's fun because most of them can coach each other, and then talk to each other, and that's when they're at their best.
Isn't that kind of the exciting part about that is that they get to interact with themselves
Yeah.
and in the social aspect and talk strategy within themselves to try to figure it out what maybe work and just I mean this is a floor like this because you have the bounce and the thing, it can pick up speed when it's on a wood floor like this.
Absolutely, and that's another problem. We practice in the hallway, so it's not the same floor. This is the first time they've actually practiced on this floor. In the first round, the first game, you could see that the balls weren't rolling as hard, long, um, and they were struggling to get them to where they needed to be. So, um, yeah.
That was Gabe Davis, their co-captain. I want to give you a chance to talk about your Shenango squad and the captains and your athletes and your partners and everything that they've done in that team chemistry and working with each other.
So Chloe Andrews is our captain, and it's unbelievable to see what they do, not on the court, but in the classroom and then outside of the classroom. CJ Miller, he's new to us this year, and Brandon Stuck. And I mean, CJ stepped up and he's like a brother to some of the kids here. Just a wonderful group of kids.
Wow, what a nice throw there.
That was Miller getting that throw there, and uh,
Still Red's point, but
uh,
I'm sorry.
the again a year under your belt. What's the biggest piece of advice that you gave your buddy in Steve Mott and everybody with the Freedom Program, other than don't beat us today? What was the biggest piece of advice that you gave him and Freedom getting their program started?
Just keep practicing. We're asked to practice 4 hours a week, and really push that limit. 4 hours a week is probably where the kids need to be, just to keep practicing the swing of the arm and the motion that they need.
What has been the biggest obstacle other than, like you said, you're practicing in the hallway because gym time can be tough? But what are some of the other obstacles that have made, this bocce program, I mean, successful for you guys? I mean, undefeated last year in an inaugural season, but just talk about some of the obstacles that you and your staff have had to go through.
Well, it is a unified program, and with that, people think that we have to treat kids differently. But I expect the kids to be here on time and work just as hard as any other kids. So putting that expectation on those kids versus what people see us as coaches and how we treat those individuals is difficult to get those other teachers or other individuals to get their mind wrapped around that these are students. They're not,
Right.
students with disabilities and students without disabilities. They're just students.
And what's it say that you're seeing now all these other schools in the county starting to pick up their own bocce programs? Going to make it a lot more fun
Oh
for
yeah.
for your guys this season, I'm sure.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's definitely gonna be nice to see closer matches. And then the kids are hopefully gonna, make friends with people around here, around Lawrence County as well.
So what is your official schedule coming up then in January as we get ready for the regular season?
So we're gonna play in our division. We have Elwood, Laurel, or Elwood, Mohawk, and Union. So there's four of us in our division, and we play all teams twice in January and February, and then hopefully um, after February we'll be at Slippery Rock and hopefully move on from there.
Awesome stuff, Jeff. Really appreciate everything you've done with this program. We appreciate you coming and talking to us a little bit about your kids and your team, and we will for having us out here.
Thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, thank you. That's Jeff LA getting back to his team, tied 3-3 here, Tim, as we get ready to start. This will be this will be the fifth leg of the second set. Shenango down 1-0.
And look at this. That's going to be really nice.
A good start there. That
Yep.
was Stefan Pagani. And again, I love just hearing about the camaraderie between partner and athlete and
You know,
working together like this. This
being
is
this and being the unified team, and I think the social aspect of it is really important because you get to talk within, the group, and the coaches are there for, you know, the coaching time prior to a match during the week and that, and talk strategy or maybe during a timeout. But it's up to the individual group of four to really talk about it, you know, keep each other's spirits up because you're going to have a bad throw. We all going to have a bad throw. And you're going to be disappointed, and you have to be able to recognize that and say, all right, I'm going to get it next time.
Jordan DeSalvo on this throw. It looks like it's going to be just short again. Three throws
Three.
back same way, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. That's the toughest part. Well, that one's straight on, so it's going to bring a measurement here. So Green has her last throw. Here we go again. Let's see if the our fourth thrower can get the job done like he did last time. Wow, it's going to be about the exact same length. Amazing. All four of them about the same size. It's so difficult. Like we were talking to earlier about just judging the speed on a wooded surface.
And so now again, trying to get an extra point, but without knocking one of the opposition balls
And that
closer
may
to
happen
Pauline.
here, yeah. Now that green one may be inside that. It's gonna be close.
Yep, we're gonna get another measurement to be sure. While we have a moment and they do measure, let's see athletic director Jan Budai over there, always so great to us here at the Lawrence setup. Well, we were here last night for fantastic girls basketball game. As Tommy Somerville is gonna try the angle, and he just bumped
Oh,
another green one, and
now it's definitely Green's point. Tough situation there.
end up having a blockade in the way.
That's what makes it difficult as you get deeper into your throws. Is there's so many balls on the court, it takes a lot of angles away, and that botch can happen at any time.
Gabe Davis will try to salvage a point back for
Looks like he
freedom.
might be trying to hit one of his own up. Oh, he used the rail. Nicely done.
Just and Shenango one, maybe two here. And again, and it is one.
You know,
Yeah,
and
but again, and it's just for fun. And I've known Coach Alay and Coach Mott for years, and you know, best friends off of the court, and the chance that now they're, you know, yes, it's not about the coaches and the players seeing the good stuff that they're doing, um, and just seeing them in a completely different element. is so much fun to be able to watch and be able to bring to you guys here today at lcsportsnet.com.
You know, what's really impressive is how accurate they all been on throwing the Pauline.
Well, I think we have one Pauline that's
Yeah,
gone wrong.
exactly. Yeah, it's just phenomenal.
Yeah, if you miss the
Look at
target, then you can actually lose the throw to the other team. But
look at this one.
start for Brandon Stuck, and you can see
Yeah,
Shenango's getting back into that groove. You heard Coach Lay talk about it, just getting used to the hardwood floor versus the hallway floor. Took them a set, but they lead 4-3.
he's going right at it. This might hit it. Oh, just to the right of it.
A little bit too strong as Boyer was trying to knock it deep. Right to McIlvain. We'll try for the angle.
Say we're down to 5 minutes 30 seconds remaining here in this frame.
I'll tell you what, that one rolled further than I thought it was going to. Great effort there from Brenna. She'll be just shy. Stefan Pagani measures it up.
Oh, look at this one.
Nice roll.
That is going to be nice.
Just off to the left, but perfect weight. You could not have gotten a better throw on that one in terms of the distance.
Looks like she's going to go for the railing here. That might just get behind it. Look at this. Oh,
Just missed if you get a little
yeah.
nick off the.
Yeah.
That's something there, but yeah, there's again a bunch of blockades. And then same thing. Like, hey,
exactly.
let's
This is a chance to get multiple points. You got 3 shots at this. And now what you got to talk about is really how can you use maybe the railing on the right side and just kind of take it up the railing and try to just for your own green ball. You don't necessarily want to go past it and hit it. You just want to lay it up a little closer than that. If you can get 3 within the perimeter of those red ones that are surrounding it, you can get 4 points here. That's a huge round, James. I mean, this is an opportunity here where 4 points here. That difficult.
possible. At the same time, though, you don't need that either because this is uh, the last leg of this set. You're leading already in the set. You don't want to give it up, and that's the kind of a strategy that you want to try to communicate, and just the idea of, hey, here's what the best scenario is for us. Let's give it a try.
Yeah, they're probably going to try to just.
Captain Chloe Andrews is going to take that first shot, and she's going to go right down the lane.
Right between them. Wow.
There's not much room there to have done what she just did. CJ Miller. CJ Miller learning the rules.
Take a look at it. He wants to see exactly what angle he needs. That's a smart play.
Mm-hmm.
You're allowed to come up and look at it. Take a look at it and give yourself an idea of what you want to do.
Not to mention take a little bit of time off the clock too.
Like,
Look,
going on
little,
here?
little gamesmanship over there.
A little stepping out of the.
You'd think that they were playing each other in a fantasy football match this week.
And that's going to come up just a little short.
It's a nice blockade, though.
It really is.
And last up will be
All right,
Michael
here we go.
Keitlinger, excuse me.
Come on, Michael. See what you can do here. Oh, that looks good. That looks really good.
He may have just gotten a second point for his
Yes,
team.
he
Look at
did.
that.
That's how you do it. Right in front of.
That is 2 for Shenango. Remaining. 6-3 now the score in favor of Shenango.
Let's see if they try to get one more round in here in the last 3 minutes.
You're watching Unified Bocce. And Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP. Freedom won the first set by a score of 5-4. This is in the second set. Shenango, who was undefeated last year, a 6-3 edge here in this second set, and we will have a third and final set if the score remains as it is. Again, these are first to 16 in each set or the end of a 30-minute time frame.
What a nice roll, right in the middle, right between the four cones.
Now, Keitlinger finished off the last set with a great one to get a second point. Michael, a good roll with Pauline. See if he can follow it up.
Like I said, some of the toughest things to do is to follow up the first throw of the Paulina to your bocce ball. And that was what Michael just ran into.
But
the size of the ball and trying to figure out, can I repeat the same throw?
But it forced a tougher angle at least. Tommy Somerville's going to go around it from left to right. It's going to something like a curling ball. And now
thought someone would be out there with the broom sweeping on that one, huh?
if we could get some unified curling out there, I would be all for that.
Was a curler. He used to do it out in Colorado. So if we ever do, we'll have to bring my friend over to do it.
CJ Miller's throw. He's going to take the angle, and he looks like he's going to get inside.
At it.
Good roll.
Within a foot. That is really nice.
It's going to make it difficult here for Freedom, but they will have one last chance at it here in this second set. Gabe Davis, because they need 3 to tie this set.
Yeah, this is going to be an important roll here.
Davis has had a couple of great throws here already
today.
Took
a nice angle, too. Took a real nice angle.
I think he did what he wanted to do.
Yeah, he did get a little closer, and it was not a bad strategy at all.
He's hit. Brenna McIlvain will now take her shot, and she's been a sniper
right
as well. To the right. To their last shot. And it'll be Tommy Somerville to take it. Or, excuse me, Wyatt Boyer will take the last one. Somerville took the first.
Right at it to knock it away. Nice job. That gives them a chance.
Now, they definitely got 2, I would say, here. But
that's what you got to do as the fourth thrower there. You have to make a decision. And do you go for the point or maybe go for the botch? He went for the botch. And now he's going to give, them an opportunity here. But it was a great.
Nice roll.
Boy, she has just rolled real nice tonight. That's the second time I think she's done that right off the Paulina, just knocking it right off, and she's within 6 inches, maybe even 4 inches.
One last throw coming up for Robert Terpolowski. But Shenango's going to send us to a third set. A strong set, 2.
Yeah. Want to give up anything? You don't want to change the score? You got it. You're going to win the frame 7-3.
With that, we'll take another break. That when we come back, it's exhibition.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park, Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there, safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
Has your child's early education slowed down or even paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity, it's really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com. Ponce's Insurance. Love the life you live.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. East Gymnasium, and we have a unofficial final for our first unified bocce match. It was a scrimmage, an exhibition, and teams decided, hey, they each got one set victory, and they're going to call it. Enjoy what they've learned here for the first match. A lot of fun.
It certainly was, and it was great to watch both teams to see the excitement, freedom in their first opportunity to compete.
And now
In
what
the
you're
unified bocce, it was exciting, and then you've seen the championship level of Shenango come back in the second round.
yeah, you could see what they could do and using their strategy, and they expect to make another run back through. But I'll tell you what, in talking to some of our staff, some of our camera people, I mean, you even heard Coach Steve Mott of Freedom say when we were talking to him, he said, a month ago I didn't know what bocce was.
Yeah,
You got some of the members of the Shenango basketball team. They're about hoops game tonight. They're watching this and they're learning and they're trying just for fun. Everything's wrapped up. I mean,
yeah.
this is a sport that you played in the backyard when
It's
you were
such a
young. Is if you ever saw it. But this is when you have games like cornhole and frisbee, bago,
Mhm.
those games that are really taking over. In terms of your popular backyard games, bocce has kind of fallen to the wayside, and I like that this is a way to, it's a forever game. It is a, a
It's
light.
life game. It's a lot like many people who play golf and other sports. It's something that you could do your entire lifetime. And what it is more than anything, what I think brings people together on this is
Yes.
such a sport. You can you could cheer your opponent when they do well because you know how
Hmm.
interesting and difficult it can be at times. Like I said, it's a simple game, but the strategy and the execution of it is not as easy as some people say. And it's exciting. You can see, like I said, here we got the Shenango boys basketball team getting an opportunity to play, and
Yeah.
it's quite inspiring actually to watch them.
I can't wait until the games begin. I mean, you heard about the big send off that the free
That was
being gone.
fantastic.
You're gonna get that with big crowds at these games as well. That's gonna be a lot of fun for these kids all around. And the social aspect, I'm glad you mentioned that because that's something that Coach Jeff LA of Shenango said at the end too, was that the they're meeting new people from these other teams while they're doing this as well, and that's part of it too. Is that in Unified Bocce, you're getting more of the socialism within your own school with your athletes and your partners, but now a chance to go and meet some friends from neighboring districts. This is a great program. I'm glad that schools in Lawrence County have begun it, and uh, intending to be there for when the Lawrence County Championships happen. This is going to be
I
great.
next to you because I want to do it. This is a lot of fun. It's great to see the smiles on the competitors' faces and it was just a joy to watch and to experience here. And I can't wait for our next opportunity, hopefully in the championships.
Well, thank you to Mr. Allay, Mr. Janicone of Shenango, Mr. Mott, and Miss Ellison of Free, and allowing us to come and enjoy and watch their kids compete here today. It was a lot of fun. Make sure give a shout out to Mr. Andy Bruno getting us set up, and of course, Athletic Director Jan Budai here at Shenango, always very hospitable to us here with the Lawrence County SportsNet. Tom Summers, I'm running the cameras. Tim Continenza alongside. We will definitely be back for you with Bocce coming up after the new year. And stay tuned. Just a couple hours from now, we're going to make our way basketball action. Laurel hosting Elwood City to wrap off the 2021 calendar year here on the Lawrence County SportsNet. A great scrimmage today. Freedom and Shenango tie one set apiece. They're ready for the start of the Bocce season after the new year. For the entire LC SportsNet crew, my partner Tim Continenza, I'm James Dodd. LC SportsNet. This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.